Hi there friends, and welcome to my basic body cultivation tutorial. I'm Icon, and this video is all about guiding you through the basics of body cultivation. I won't be giving you a full guide from A to Z about body cultivation in general. This video is all about giving you the basic understanding of what a body cultivator needs from you and how the mechanics basically work, and from there on you can discover the cultivation law quite spoiler free. As usual, I can only say if you want to know it all, go into the guides and go into the Discord server of the game. You will find plenty of information there. But as usual, be warned, spoilers cannot be taken back. So, first up, where do you get body cultivation laws from? Because you don't start the game with that unless you pick some perk for that. So I found one of them here at Blaze Nest. Blaze Nest shows up when you explore Great Desert often enough and adventure there afterwards, and then you will start the body cultivation event, and then you receive a law for that. So we will transform one of our disciples now into a body cultivator to guide you through the basics. So when you promote a certain somebody, you see here there are no real stats required, so that's a plus, because, well, when you go for physical cultivation, you will see it in a moment. So Xiong will now go for a sting and have his epiphany, and boom, now they are new body cultivators. So we require remold spells. More of that in a second. This is these tooltips, ignore them to begin with, because it's basically impossible to understand them when you're new to this. When you have transformed somebody into a body cultivator, they look a lot different than the regular Xiandao cultivators, which is your starting law basically. So you use True Chi, which is a combat resource exclusive to physical cultivators. You don't need to know much about that except for the fact that it is a different resource than that. Body cultivators can't absorb Chi like a Xiandao cultivator does, and their mental state is directly linked to their mood. So mood equals mental state, not like with the Xiandao cultivators, which need to go to mind training from time to time to not go crazy. The body cultivator just needs a good life, and that's it. And also body cultivators do have something which is called breathing. Breathing is a time where you assign them to go breathing. What does breathing do? Breathing is the time where you just sit down and let the world flow into you, and you acquire essences. Essences are substances the body cultivator uses to refine himself and get his cultivation going. I have here a more experienced body cultivator, and while breathing they collect all manner of essences. So wood essence, which can be collected by just breathing in the woods, and more arcane things like blossom essence, which can be only collected during summer. Earth essence, as you see here, I am quite abundant with those. And when you arrange breathing times here, you designate times where they will sit down on their cushion and breathe. So that's it. I'm not sure if breathing has any other thing here. Let's see. No. Breathing is just essence gathering. I was just double checking if I forgot something. So those essences can be acquired while breathing. You can assign when breathing should happen, but you can also do it manually and assign them where. Whereas this is always happening on the designated cushion for the cultivator. So far we only went through the simple things, but how does the cultivation of a body cultivator now work? You use this remold menu, and this is quite big. So in the remold menu, you see here your whole body, and every single body part can be remolded. This means remolding here, I translated it more like reforming and forming it anew. So whenever you do remoldings, you can add in stats into your organs. So as you see here, a part of these are grayed out, and I can't do these yet because my cultivation is not high enough yet. So the higher your cultivation grows, you can at some point develop bones, inner organs, and all these things. You only start with muscles at the beginning of the game. And here up this are, well, I would call it, well, they are called techniques. I would rather call them recipes, how to cultivate your body in a certain fashion. So if you look at this here, mixed element arm left. An entry-level secret body that is popular, blah, and what it does is it gives you a certain technique for your left arm. That's what it says. Here you see a certain technique for your left leg, and so on. So when you click in this, you see here all the involved body parts, and to develop this technique, you will need to form your body in a certain way. You see the recipe down here. The first layer of the technique, once you have unlocked the first layer, you can actually use the technique. And to actually unlock this, we need to develop at least one time the tempered flesh on the on this forearm, on the left upper arm muscle, and at least one time tempered flesh on this muscle. So you go in here, and now we can design, and then now we can tell this guy to remold his body. Remolding always costs 10 stamina. You can see the stamina here. So 478 stamina are available right now, and you can always pack in some essence. The essences influence what kind of bonuses you get. You get to choose. We will dive into that into a minute. And you also can choose what kind of remold spell should be used. So at the beginning you only have the acupoint remold, which gives you one time every time it's done. Let's activate it one time to show you what happens. So we activated the remolding, and let's see here. So once that's done, you get this window, and now you get different effects offered. So they go with certain rarity levels, as you see here: green, blue, purple, and orange. And whenever you get something you need for your recipe, you see this golden star here. We don't need the blessed flesh upgrades, so we only go for the tempered flesh. Boom. And you see here now we have this green, and now we can cancel that and go for the next remold. Just like that. And now we get other offers. So enhanced flesh, as you see here, has a star too, but it's not here. We only need tempered flesh. So the game shows you if a certain stat is needed on the other layers down here. So I do notice that enhanced flesh is here needed too. And when you pick enhanced flesh, there's another thing which should be mentioned. Whichever upgrade you pick, you always receive one level of tempered flesh in this particular thing and one level of the other thing. So here I have molded the upper arm muscle and I received 2 levels of tempered flesh. I chose one level of tempered flesh, got one for free. So what happened now is I have unlocked the first layer of this thing, and now you see it has all of a sudden stats. So to equip those techniques, you go in here, and the body cultivator can equip offense techniques, defense techniques, and effecty techniques. Well, these are utility skills, basically. Here, provide effects to buff the cultivator. Here, since we unlocked a offensive skill, we go here, go on activate, confirm. And now what this does is basically the guy equipped this skill now on his arm. And whenever he will fight, he will use this skill. They will automatically cycle through these skills which are equipped here. So You need to at least unlock the first layer of that element, and then you can go further. So the second layer requires 9 levels of tempered flesh on each of those. The third layer will require tempered flesh level 25 and 1 level of enhanced flesh. And as you see here, we already chose that. You also need to mold your bones later down the road and whatnot. So things I already know and strongly recommend: only pick stats which are marked with a star, unless you will know them for something completely else. As a beginner in body cultivation, I would strongly recommend only pick that stuff which shows up here in the recipes. Because sometimes when you develop your guy further, you will receive new techniques. And it will happen that you have a technique which involves your arm twice. For example, one technique needs the mixed element arm, uses upgrades here, and then you receive another technique which also uses the left arm, and then as you see here, there are only 6 slots for your upgrades there, so leave a few slots open. But if you have done something wrong here, there's also here the different spells. Destruction Remold will destroy all the upgrades on a certain body part, but you will need Immortal Essence, which is not that easy to come by. Acupoint Remold is your standard thing, and let's get over to Tsunjin, which is my more experienced body cultivator. He has already unlocked these onto higher levels, and I wanted to show you how it looks like when you are able to choose other spells. So here he learned the remold of 8 acupoints, and here you go remolding 8 times in a row, and then you get 1 rare stat guaranteed. So there are different spells to remold your organs. You can choose them here. Yeah, so one thing should be mentioned now: you can always select essences, and essences can provoke certain stats. For example, here, Sharpened Bone, in the tooltip it tells me that Cursed Feng Shui Essence will increase the chance of it appearing. You will always have some sort of idea what kind of essence will be needed here. Wood Blessing, Wood Essence, but you see, it's quite simple. And for example, here you got the Stark Root Legs technique, which will also use the legs just like the Heavenly Shield leg. So there it starts to mix, and that's why we want to have those. So a few words about essences. You will want to create all manner of different spots. I've heard of all manner of different things. So breathing near a grave is a good thing. Breathing near a room is, or you can acquire essences from all manner of different spots in general. So yeah, that's what it's all about. So did I miss anything? Yeah, I did. Body cultivators are not using artifacts whatsoever anymore. They are they are locked out of artifacts, basically. They receive skills which give you the ability to disable artifacts, but they are, as I've heard, not that good. What I wanted to point out here was exactly how does the body cultivator break through. So whenever you mold or shape your body parts, you will receive foundation points. That's the basics what happens here. When you want to go for a breakthrough, a body cultivator has similar problems just like your regular person. So chi density and such things all do matter as well. So my body cultivator's room here is optimized way more towards being beautiful and offering more mood bonuses. But yeah, apart from that, physical cultivators will remember their sufferings deeply. Okay, that's something I completely overlooked so far. So you can obviously remember your bad memories. Yeah, so you fill that with molding your body, and then you can break through. Ah, yeah, now I know. Devouring. Devouring was something I wanted to talk about. Body cultivators can pretty much eat everything and gain essences from that. but you can only devour items like here. Maximum tier is 3.9, and devouring ability is linked to the level of your digestion system. So as soon as you are able to mold inner organs, you can mold your inner digestion system to pimp your body to you know, to be able to process more stuff. And yeah, that's basically all you need to know about body cultivators in a nutshell. Of course, there's way more to it, and higher levels are a little bit more complicated. But I wanted to create a mostly spoiler-free tutorial which shows you how to work with those guys, and that's something I hope which has succeeded so far. So last word, they use their skills automatically. No, I already said that. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to transport in this video. If there are any questions open, drop them in the comments down below. If you think I forgot some very vital informations, feel free to comment that as well. I also put down the link of a pretty extensive guide in the description below, so it's a little bit of guide about everything, not only body cultivation, but information material waits below if you want so. So, if you liked that video, leave a like. It really helps a ton. If you liked my work in general, check out my channel or leave a subscription. Whatever you want to do, it would be deeply appreciated. But most importantly, I hope you had a great time and come back soon. See you then. Bye-bye.